Good morning. It is Sunday, September 17th, 2023. Let's jump right into it. I got TLT up and I saw a few 91.5, 88.5 spread going out 2 months into October, November. I saw quite a few actually. I saw, I believe, half a dozen, and I will keep doing that. I think that's, of course, that is why do I sell spread that far below? Well, let's take a look. Can we zoom in? Okay, I'm basically using the ref low as my protector. I think TLT is going to trade in a fairly tight range for a while. Even if the Fed come out and pause, but depend on the wording, right? Because there is a conventional belief that they're going to not raise this coming meeting shortly, and then they're going to raise sometime in October or November. It's all data dependent. Okay, that's the common belief, and so until they pause for good, then I think the path of least resistance will be high. But until that point, you're gonna go sideways in a tight range. I said this many times. If you see any kind of big ramp up move, sell cover calls in a 97, 98 area, because for now, I think that's the top of the range, right? And the bottom of the range, of course, is 92-ish. Nothing wrong to buy down there. Should we come down again? Right now we are at 93-ish. So yeah, it's there. I would buy here if you don't have any, sure, but no reason to add to it. Okay, sell put spread and collect the dividend. DXY, the dollar. Okay, this is something that I have not focused on for quite some time. I talked about the dollar a lot last year because of this move. Okay, this move right here, from here to here is 2022, right? Major headwind, major headwind. And then for most of this year, it definitely was not in the conversation. For those that paid attention, the last 2 quarters, did you hear anyone, for the most part, say anything about currency impact on earnings and revenue? Not really, okay? But it could be rearing its ugly head again, okay? So not a good thing, okay? This is not something to be bullish about. Sure, we are back to where we were back in March, February, okay? But if you pay attention, back in February and March, where was the market? SPY, way down here, okay? Huge difference, okay? So the continuing strength in the dollar could impact the equity market, okay? So for me right now, the SPY, just as I was discussed last week, it's in the middle of nowhere, okay? It's kind of, the risk reward is just not there to be long or even short. Like, I'm sure there's people that short, long, blah, blah, blah. But for me, would I buy or short here? Not really. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't like it, okay? I like to be long here, channel low. I like to short up there near the all-time high, near the channel high. Yeah, this time that is a no-brainer to do one thing or another. Right now, it's kind of like meh. Same can be said with all the other indices, okay? DIA, same thing. You're closer to the channel low, okay? So that's more attractive than SPY, okay? So for me, yeah, if we come down here in a 342, 343 area, if the DIA hit the 100-day moving average, right? And I think that would be super attractive to buy the dip on the DIA. If you don't know the DIA, it's basically the ETF for the Dow Jones. Okay, so if you don't know, You should know. QQQ, uh, not as bad as SPY, but still, you're kind of in the middle of an area. In the middle, you're in an area where I would not want to commit a lot of money on either side of the argument. Sure, would I like to be long down here? Yes. Okay. Um, I did sell some put spread going out into October below. So should there's a breakdown into the market going to year end, yeah, but it's way below. Okay, you're talking ref low here, so it's below the 100. Below, we have other issues. Should we break into that? Okay, so if it break, I will have to figure out what to do with that. Either let the put aside and long QQQ in the 350-ish range. That would not be a bad thing, but yeah, it's over 10% below the high. Okay, so we'll see. Since we're talking about the QQQ, let's talk about the Magnificent Seven. Well, yeah, let's do the Magnificent Seven. Microsoft. Did I buy? Yes, I did. I nibble a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, but I trim more in the 338 range. Okay, I nibble down here. I first nibble. Actually, the first time I nibble was down over here, in the same area as what I just nibble back. So I bought here. I add, trim, 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 and now I'm adding back. Uh, Very small position for me because I sold most of it already on this 338 pop. So if you're playing the put spread, I would say sell it in the 320s. Okay. Ideally, you do 315, 310 if there's juice, but I wouldn't go anything higher than 320 because if this thing pull back, it's very likely that it can pull back into the 315, 314, 313 area, right? It can pull back into the ref low. Anything can happen. Okay, we're into the danger zone of the year, September, October, so be mindful of that. Amazon, of course, I trim. I have not nibbled back Amazon. Okay, there's no reason for me to nibble back until I see the 20. So no rush. Okay, no rush. Google, same thing. I like Google, but here is an area that you should trim, right? There's no reason to add back to Google until I see the 20, but I do like Google more than Amazon or Microsoft. I like Meta as well. I did nibble back Meta 301. I had an order in at 301 and that trigger Friday. Would I buy more? Yes. Where? My order is down here, 295. Okay. I have ordered at 295 all the way down to 280. I might even put in some more order at so it depends. I have orders, but I'm always very quick to remove the order if I smell that a breakdown is coming. And I will talk about that when we'll talk about NVIDIA. Okay, so I do have order from here down to here, but if I smell a major market meltdown or correction of 5%, then why bother nibble here, right? Buy down here, all the way down to, down here. So yeah, it's all depend. Let's talk about NVIDIA. Now talk about it. For those that follow me, I got stopped out. I talked about last week, right? I talked last Sunday of being super tight on my stop. And yeah, it looked kind of dumb on this wick down here. And it's, oh, I got stopped out. That's okay. Okay, it's all right. I got stopped out at 455. That was my stop. Okay, it was super tight. It was right under 455. It was like 454 something. But then, yeah, I bought back. Okay, I start to buy back down here in the low 440s. I have more buy orders uh, down here. Well, my next buy order is 434. Okay, uh, right below the trigger here. I put in an alert long ago. This alert has been there for quite some time. So yeah, I have another order, but until it hit, when this alert go off, then I know that my 434 order is gonna likely trigger. So that's okay. Money gotta come out. Now the main reason why, there's many reasons. Okay, I just didn't feel the Nasdaq was gonna be hot last week, but I also think that the ARM IPO is going to take some money out of NVIDIA. For those that don't know, ARM had an IPO, and it's okay. Like I said, you know, I would I buy into the ARM IPO? No, no. But it did very well. Okay, look, it popped, it fizzled Friday, but it did quite well. If you're talking about, you know, the low was 55, yeah, that's a pretty substantial move. Okay, anytime when you have the kind of, you know, 40% plus move on the IPO, it ain't bad. Okay, it ain't a bad thing. Okay, it ain't a bad thing. But if you understand the IPO market and how the market react, well, guess what? If hedge funds or portfolio manager want to allocate money to buy into the IPO, where do they get the money from? Unless they sit on a lot of cash, yeah. But usually, most of these big institutional firm, hedge fund or portfolio manager or mutual funds, they have X percentage of their money allocated to a sector. And when an IPO come out in that sector and they want to buy 1% of whatever, guess what? They gotta sell something in that sector. And I figured they would take some money out of their biggest winner, NVIDIA. Thus, my tight stop on NVIDIA. Okay, I'm not bearish on NVIDIA long term. I just figured in short term, there's gonna be some money flow out of NVIDIA into ARM Holding. That's all. Okay, so that explains my reasoning for uh, getting stopped out of NVIDIA. Tesla. I would not be long here. I sold everything. I'm all out. Okay, I'm all out. Can you aim for the gap fill? You can, but for me, that was good enough. Okay, I saw this nasty wick, and I said to myself, next time I get back up there, I'm gonna be all out. And sure enough, I was all out. Okay, that's the end. Now, if it can get up there again, retest it this week, and absorb the seller there, then yeah, you can go up there to the gap fill. So if you still have some, look to get out up there, right? Speaking of NVIDIA, let's take a look at SMH, channel low. Okay, for those that follow me, the last time that I shorted SMH on a bear put spread was up here, right? Now it's time. If you want to go long, you could. If you want to sell put spread below, that might be a safer play. But yeah, it's channel low. Okay, channel low. Where would you sell the put spread? I would sell the put spread down here. 135, 130 would be what I would try to sell. Okay, because I'm gonna use. I have an alert set right here, but if that alert go off, it's not necessarily something that I would jump in and buy. Why? First of all, if that alert go off, it's a bad thing. Okay, that means that the 2-day moving average fail, the channel low fail, and we could head lower. Okay, so you know what I say. Once it break a channel, it should get back in the channel in a few days. If it doesn't, it can establish a down channel or different channel, right? So be mindful. But to me, selling a put spread 135, 130, yeah, I would rather wait. Okay, so no rush to buy into SMH here. Qualcomm, middle of nowhere, no need to do anything. It filled the gap. It filled the gap. Now it's sitting right there at the one. Yeah, no, I would not be long Qualcomm. Texas Instrument. I would look to sell put spread. I have done well. Say the last few times that Texas Instrument came down to this level, I did bull put spread. Every time that it get up to 180 and higher, I did bear put spread. So I would say that I have the most success playing both sides of the trade with Texas Instrument. So now, yeah, last time it came down here 2 weeks ago, I sold 160, 155 spread. Um, so yeah, it's back in that zone. But this time, because it came down here, I do 155, 150. Okay, I would do long dated put spread here. I would sell it into late October if I could, even November. But I'm sure there is juice to if you sell it. If you look at November put spread, I'm sure you will see decent juice at 150, 145. Okay, so yeah, way down there. I like it. AMD. Here's an example. Okay, channel low, breaking the channel. So, would I be jumping into AMD here? The answer is no. Okay, wait and see what it's going to do. If it fail, yeah, would I nibble down here at the 200 MA? Yeah, but that could be a new channel. Okay, we had a great up channel. Now, if that fail, if this channel fail, well, look, where can it go? Okay, I'm not going to draw in the channel yet, but we can be in a down channel, right? So if this thing continue to go down, it could be 97. And then if you go out 2 or 3 weeks into early October, it likely will meet in 2 weeks. Early October, like it will meet the 200-day moving average will move up into 96 area, and then it will meet this downtrend. Okay, so it could be. So watch out. Okay, so I'm always wary of anything that fell out of a channel. It needs to get back in there quickly. By quickly, I mean within a week. Okay, the longer it stay out of the channel, the more likely it's gonna fail. Okay, so watch out. Okay, let's move on. Let's do Eli Lilly. Let's talk about Big Pharma. Crazy, crazy. Did I buy back? No, not yet. Okay, would I buy back on the 20 MA? Yeah. Buy back some. I trim. Of course, I trim. When I saw 595, I'm just like, are you crazy? I trim here, okay, and then I say, okay, I'm gonna let it run. But yeah, when it's 595, I'm like, no, I'm not. I can't be too greedy. Not on this vertical move. When a stock going literally $50, a big stock like Eli Lilly literally jumped $50 in 2 weeks, 10%. You gotta take some. Okay, you gotta take some. If you don't, I don't. Can't be too greedy. But I would nibble back at a 20 MA. Okay, but for now, leave it alone. JSK, I saw. I'm out. Let me think. 60%. Yes. Um, if you didn't trim, I hope you did. If you didn't trim, I don't know why. Why not? Okay. Like I said, last time it was here. Well, going back 9 months. Okay. Last time it was here, it didn't last long at all. It literally take 2 weeks for it to come down. And then the second time I got there, it stayed up there for not even a week. And then it take roughly 2 months to went back into the the buy range, right? And then you had this move that we see in the last 4 months. Okay, so please, okay, I start to trim right here on this day. When it break 36, I'm just like, okay, the last 2 times it got here, it got rejected. So I trim, and I trim. Okay, so trim and raise my stop. I do have a stop in for the rest of my share. Where? Here. Right at 37. Okay, I'm not giving up this. Okay, this is too much gain to give back. Okay, I'm not going to be stupid and greedy and let this thing drift back into 36, 35, 34. I would kick myself. Okay, I would kick myself if I didn't trim enough this time. I didn't trim enough this time. This time I did. I still have 200 out of 600 shares, so I still get plenty. But where would they go? Yeah, you betcha. If I smell anything, in fact, I have an order, okay, in at 39.75. But anything near the top 52-week high, yeah, you betcha. I'm gonna sell at least half of the remaining 200 shares up there, okay? But my stop is in. I'm not living through this past 9 months. No. Let's see what else. J&J. I would consider selling put spread again. Once again, doing the 157.5 might work because, like I said, it's a ref low. The last 2-3 times it got down here, it bounced, right? So I would sell put spread higher. Okay, I would not do 160. I would do, if they would choose at 155, 150, I would give me more protection. But yeah, it's more volatile than I expected. Okay, do I need to look at Pfizer? No, we know what Pfizer is. Okay, we know. XBI. It's breaking down once again. 75, 72 is the spread. Okay, if I was selling long dated, by long dated, like go out 6 weeks, late October, yeah, I would do 74, 71, like way out there. Okay, way down here. But yeah, no need to like I said, the smallest decision I made. Remember last week I talked about I saw a 79 spread. I didn't like it. Yeah, I'm glad I closed it because then I would have problems. Did not like that. Selling a 79 spread last week was dumb. Okay, when I did, I'm just like right away I get regrets. That's like, why did I do that? It won't hold, and I was right there. Speaking of bio, I bought back. Okay, I bought back. What a crazy 2 days, crazy 3 days. Okay, on this move here, I'm like, I'm out. Okay, I stress all day. You had plenty of chances. For those that didn't sell, you have yourself to blame. Okay, look, that's a day. Literally from, okay, it crossed 210 around, it first crossed 210, I believe, around 11:30-ish, right there. And then you had literally the rest of the day to sell between 210. Sure, did they dip down to 28, 208? Yeah, but you could have sold as high as 211.5, 212. Look, if you didn't sell, you have yourself to blame. That's all I gotta say. Right? Where did I buy back? 187 was my first purchase, and I bought 187, 185, 186, 185, 184. Yeah. Now here's one interesting thing that happened on Friday. For those that pay attention, I did post on this move here that I sold a 185, 180 spread. Yes, and I fully expect to let that aside when the stock behave very poorly, right? But at this point here, sure, was I unhappy that it went down like this? Sure, but I'm just like, that's okay. It's part of the course of this volatile stock. I will buy 100 shares and likely exit on Monday or Tuesday and make even more money, right? So no big deal. I fully prepare to let that assign. And then on this move, in the last at 450, I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. It's 186. Oh, forget it. So I basically walked away from my computer the last 10 minutes of the market. I didn't even care. I came back later that day, that night after dinner and saw this. I'm just like, wait a minute. It came down to 184.99. What does that mean? Does that mean that I'm going to be assigned 100 shares at 185? The answer is not necessarily, because remember, when you play the options, all right, whether you, especially when you short option and you can be assigned or exercise, it can happen before the expiration date. Okay, people, for some reason, some people think that nothing can happen until Friday. No, it can happen before. It can happen anytime before Friday. But on that Friday, if the counterparty decided that it's not worth the hassle or for whatever reason, they won't. It didn't exist. I wake up Saturday morning and it was not assigned. The put expired worthless. So whoever it was that was a counterparty to the 185 put decided that it was better to hold on to the share and keep their share because they likely will make money or didn't lose as much or whatever. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised to see ALNY pop a little bit in the morning because I was hoping to get the share assigned and then exit maybe 186 or whatever it is that pop on Monday. We'll find out. We'll find out on Monday if this thing popped early and I could have made a few $100 if the put was assigned to me. This has happened a few times with me as far as a counterparty not assigned. On 2 occasions, I have had cover calls that was in the money, but the other parties did not exercise it. I was confused. I remember on one occasion where I had a sizable cover call on more than I think it was like 200 shares or something. And I fully expect to wake up on Saturday and have the share call away. It didn't happen. And then on Monday, I called E-Trade and said, what's going on here? Why didn't the thing get called away? And E-Trade told me, well, the other party that had the call didn't exercise for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't have the funds. Maybe they didn't have the money to buy the 200 shares. So it didn't happen. So you can do whatever you want. So luckily the next day, on Monday, I waited. They told me to wait until after lunch to do whatever I want with the share. So luckily those shares went higher and then I sold them outright. And I had E-Trade blessing to sell them outright on Monday. So I didn't have to get into any kind of trouble if there was any kind of glitch on the system that the share was not assigned, but that's what happened. So it has happened to me twice on cover call situation, and this is the first time where I should have get the share assigned to me, even if it's just 1 penny. It didn't happen. Okay, so there you go. All right, I did dabble into Adobe. Yeah, I bought a bunch of Adobes, not a lot, 10 shares. My average cost was 527. Okay, uh, nothing huge, but I start to buy at 530 all the way down to 524. Yeah, it was good, but average 527, which is fine. Uh, would I take profit on a pop to the 20 MA? Absolutely. My sell order is 541. Okay, I would gladly take the $14 a share gain on those 10 shares and be happy about that. Um, let's see what other sector that I bought into. MMM, Martin Marietta. Yeah, yeah. I bought a few. I had an alert set on the breakdown, and it did broke down. Um, it did bounce on. See, the true gap fill is right here. Not my bad. 3M, not Martin Marietta. 3M. Okay. I did sell put spread on 3M down here, down in 99 below. I also nibble a few shares at, at 101. Okay. The true gap fill is, of course, down here. Um, would I buy share outright down there? Yeah. Okay. I will talk about Martin Marietta shortly after, but as far as 3M, I did nibble a few share. I saw a couple of put spread that expired worthless this Friday, so that was fine. Nothing wrong there. I like 3M. I like Clorox too. Okay, Clorox. Yeah, I talk about Clorox here on this channel low, right? For those that pay attention. And then on this part, I said if you like Clorox here on the channel low, take the profit. It was one ugly pop and fizzle, right? And now look, remember what I said about channel? If you don't get back into the channel, look. Okay, okay. Let's be judicious, or whatever term you want to use. I should make things consistent. Change the color. Okay, and now you have potentially a down channel. You had an up channel, and now you get the down channel. Okay, don't like to see that, but it happened. Like I said, it need to get back in there. It tried, it get back in there, it couldn't stay, and dump. Okay, so now I like it. So I like. Do I have any Clorox? Very little shares, very little. Okay, because I bought, I trimmed, stop on most of it. I should have stopped on the whole thing. Not sure why I didn't stop on everything. Sometimes I do things stupid. Okay, um, but I did not buy. When it break this, I said, show me, prove to me. It tried and then yeah. So now, to me, down here. Okay, could this be a channel? Let's do this. Come on. Ah, oh my God. Duplicate. There we go. And when you look at that, look at that. Is that coincidental? No, I don't think so. Nothing is coincident. Okay. So now, I think if you looking to buy Clorox, 144.5, yeah, I will put in a buy order down there, right? It's lined up kind of with the gap, right? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I like it. I like it down there. And of course, if you buy it, then we're looking to trim at the the back side of the up channel, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I like Clorox here. Hershey finally came off back into the support key here. Need to break. Okay. I can see Hershey going sideways. Okay, for a while. There is not a reason for this to pop, but yeah, that's it was ugly. It was ugly. I also have very little exposure here, but it's there. Would I add to it later? KXC, Kraft Heinz came off the bottom. I have a few share. It's in profit, but no hurry. Okay, tax loss will put a lid on this for a while, so it might ride the 20 for a while. Okay, it might for a while. Same thing with GIS. General Mills, come off. Okay, I bought a few. Let it ride. Okay, no rush, no rush, no rush. Pepsi, trim time. Okay, if you have Pepsi, if you bought Pepsi down here, it's time to trim, right? Hopefully you did. I did. I have trim order in, trim more up there. Of course, 185, but it's time. Be disciplined. McDonald's. I did not trim. I had ordered to trim up here. It did not happen. I did not add. Well, I did. I took it back. During the week, I did add. Not a lot, small position. Okay, because like I said, it's out of the channel, so I'm very careful. I want to see this thing get back inside the channel and hold. So for now, it's in danger, right? It's in danger zone of not maintaining the channel. So we'll see. Okay, it need to prove to me for me to be more bullish there. Mondelez. If you bought Mondelez down here, good on you. Okay, especially near the 200-day moving average, right? You got the channel low, the 200-day moving average. Now it's up. Trim time. It is time to trim. If you did not trim, you should. And then of course up there, okay, you should have ordered in 73.5-ish. You should have trimmed 72.4, right? 72.3, whatever. Gotta stay disciplined. Let's take a look at defense. Got a whack, right? Lockheed Martin got the whack. But then it's bottom out and bouncing a little bit. But yeah, it's like I said, it was ugly. I sold a bunch of put spread, made money there, losing money on the shares. It's okay. But would I add to the share? No. Okay, you're gonna have tax loss. Okay, no doubt about it. Unless you bought the stock 11 months ago or earlier, anyone that bought 11 months ago until last week has been wrong. So you could have tax loss selling there. RTX is bottoming. Okay, so yeah, I was very cautious, right? Ever since the earning, I said until the known is known, it's dicey. Okay, until they give out some certain numbers on the impact of the jet engine fixing. Well, they did, and it was ugly. Okay, if it was not so ugly, we would have got a pop, but the number was uglier than anyone predicted. 3 billion. Well, that's what you get. But I think the bottom is in. Doesn't mean that time to go jump in. No, it can go sideways for the next 6 weeks. Look at all the tax loss you have here, right? So please, no rush, people. No rush. Okay. How did I cover everything I want to? Of course, insurance. I sold put spread, right? It's down here. It's selling put spread 425, 420-ish, right? Would I go long? I don't have any share. Okay, I don't have any share. But to me, this isn't. You got the down channel. Okay, the down channel was rejection. It got out, and now it's grinding slowly back in it. So it's not a bullish move. Okay, you cannot say this is bullish. The last 2 months has been nothing but ugly since this big gap up since earning. Wow, 475, 480-ish, right? 10% since earning. It has retraced back all the pop. Okay, so I have an alert here that I will leave it there. So if that thing trigger, that means that it's a further breakdown into the gap fill. Okay, so that's the last line of defense here is on this gap up, right? And then another gap, you have a double gap. So When that alert go off, that means that we have a major breakdown and work out below. We can visit the low 410 again. Okay, so we'll see. UNH, slightly better, but still pretty ugly. Okay, this is since earning, I have no share. Okay, on this move up here, I said get out, get out, get out. You had a whole month to get out. If you didn't, well, unlike ELV, you have 5% pullback. Can I go further? Yeah. So for me, no share. No share right now. Humana, same thing. Okay, Humana and UNH is similar compared to ELV. You get like a 5%-ish pullback. It's probably had the better chart of the three, but still, I don't like it. I don't like it here. I look for weakness into next earning, and then I might buy share. But for me, right now, stay out. Speaking of insurance, I add more DGX, okay, on the pullback here. When I see below 127, I'm like, so I throw in a few more order at 126-ish, between 126 and 126.4. So I add a few share. I have more orders all the way down to 125, okay. I like it here. I'll buy more. I have more order at 120. Okay, so I have small order here, but the big one is down in 122, down to 120. I would double down here. It's still a very small position for me. I have right now 75 share. At this point right here, I had somewhere in a 200 to 300 shares. So I have a long way to go back to my original position. So yeah, come on down. I will double down, okay? I will double down easily to go from 75 to 150 down there. I like it. I didn't buy much LH because I figure my exposure in DGX is more than enough. So yeah, but if you like it, if you want LH, this is the spot to nibble, right? Nothing wrong with that. Let's end this stream on financial. AXP. I did trim, of course, right? Once again, you see outside this look dicey. Okay, this look dicey right here for 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, almost like 3 weeks. But we got back in. Does that mean it's safe? No. It need to show. Okay, it need to show that it can stay up there. It can fail. Okay, it can fail, and then we can see a down channel, which can lead down to, like, you know, the ref low. So for now, I trim, but I watch it carefully. Okay, I had my stop. Where's my stop? Low of day Thursday. Okay, I'm like I said, 160 to be exact. That's my stop. 160. I will get out at 160. I will get back in below 158. Okay, most likely 155 or below if that fails. So for now, no need to do anything there. V, I did buy the dip on Thursday. Okay, I did nibble a few shares on this dip. Would I buy more? Maybe, but for now, yeah, I like V. Okay, I like V. KRE, I would sell put spread 41.5, 38.5 kind of area, right down here. No need to chase. Okay, no need to chase it here. KRE, this was nonsense. If you follow me, once it break 46 into 48, 49, I'm like, get out. Okay, I sold 75% of my holding. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it was nice to accumulate them down here, but that was nonsense. Okay, this is nonsense. And so yeah, stay disciplined. Okay, no need to change. No need to buy share at 43. If you want to buy it below 42. That's what I'm doing. That's why I sell put spread at 41.5. I don't mind buying down here. I don't mind accumulating in the low 40s, especially at 40 or below. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, you're gonna have tax loss selling. It's coming. Bank of America, I said for weeks now, there's no reason. I have not bought back the share that I got stopped out up here. No need to. Okay, no need to. It's ugly. JPM, if you bought into the zone, I did not buy the share. I sold put spread, which was fine. I made money there. But if you bought the share, I would say look to trim. Okay, look to trim. Last for this video, Goldman Sachs. I trim and trim. Okay, yes, I trim more, and I would be all out if I see 349. Okay, the last order I have is 349. Okay, yes, can I be greedy and hold on to 360? I could, but for now my order is 349. What would be the reason for this to go to 360? What would be the catalyst? I don't know. Okay, whenever I talk about catalysts on either way, I had to have reasons to see why something can push much higher, you know, and I just don't see a reason for now for Goldman Sachs to go up there. It can't, doesn't mean that it can't. It's just that I just don't see what the catalyst is. Okay, especially we're heading into danger season. Can there be tax loss selling here too? Absolutely. There can be tax loss selling in almost every stock, right? Oh gosh, how did I leave out energy? My bad, people, my bad. Okay, how did I not remember to do energy? USO, not good, not happy here. I'm not, okay, I'm not happy that I don't have position in here. I don't care. I'm not happy because this hurt inflation. Okay, we're at the high for the year, for God's sake. This is not good. When was we last time we were here? Was here June of last year. Literally 16 months high, 15 months high. Okay, not good, not good at all. CBX, yeah, profit taking time, right? I did. I still have more than half, two-third, I think roughly two-third of my position. I have ordered. I was trimming between 167.2 and 168. Okay, and yeah, I think the highest order I had that trigger off was 168.2. I think something like that, and that's fine. I will keep selling up here. I have order all the way up to 172. Okay, I think my highest order is 172.5, right up to the ref height there. So I have order in 169. Right now I don't have anything in 168. I trimmed everything I wanted in 168. So going forward, it's 169 to 172.5 is where I will exit. For now, I think my order is for half of my remaining position up there, but that's not good with oil being so high. Okay, not good at all. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.